Greetings, Dollings. I am Cassandra George Sturgis. Welcome to my channel, Authentic Beauty Handmade Dolls and Crafts. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to attach the legs to your bead jointed cloth doll. In the next video, I'm going to go over how to make feet for your doll. And in the upcoming video, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to show you how to make eyes for your doll using hot glue. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for watching. The first thing you want to do is download the pattern from my website, authenticbeautymagazine.com. You can click the button on the top of this video, or you can go to my Jungle Beauty Goddess blog spot. So you're going to trace the pattern onto your two-way stretch fabric. Make sure that the stretchy part of the fabric is horizontal to the thighs. And I'm using a jelly roll pen to trace the pattern onto the two-way stretch fabric. The jelly roll pen, I cannot say enough about it. It is very clear. You know how sometimes the chalk is, you can't get a clear line, or with some of the other pens it doesn't stay long enough, or it fades away over time. But the jelly roll pen, it does not bleed to the other side, and you get a crisp line to follow. So I'm tracing the pattern as you see, like I said before, and then I am going to sew around the pattern, making sure that I leave the top portion of the thigh open and the top portion of the doll's leg. I noted on the pattern the part of the doll's leg and thigh that you should leave open so that you can stuff the doll without altering the shape of the doll's legs and thighs. I am pinning the fabric in place so that it doesn't move while I'm sewing it. I am sewing it completely by hand, but you can use the sewing machine. And I think on the second leg, I think I got a little bit tired. But when there are a lot of curves, I like to sew by hand because, like I said in a previous video, I only trust my own hands. But for those of you who really know how to use your sewing machine, well, of course, you know, go ahead and use your sewing machine. But again, there's a different energy to sewing by hand that I also enjoy. I think it's relaxing. When sewing the top portion where the opening is, I actually sew down a little bit of the point. So I would say I'll go halfway down to the point and then sew up to the point and around. Because when you start to ladder stitch the doll's leg, you're not going to be able to get that point again unless you sew it in place. So don't do the full point, halfway, and then just sew around it and then go down. And then when you are about to stuff the doll, you're going to take your wooden dowel and you're going to push it into those points. And those points, that is where you're going to attach the beads. I am now carefully cutting out the doll's legs and thighs, and I'm trying to get as close as I can, but leaving myself a little bit of space. If you cut too close, you will it would create tears or rips in the fabric when you're stuffing. So you want to leave about I don't really know numbers. I don't know. What is it? Like, you want to leave yourself a little bit of space.
Never was the last word that I heard you say before you hung up the phone. Silence. Never thought that it would go this way with you.
I am now carefully flipping the fabric inside out using a dowel to help me push those points. Those points are very necessary, especially if you want a nice clean look.
Hello. Can we sit and talk this through for once before you call off the show?
I do apologize for the length of the videos, but I am pretending that I am the audience for the video. When I first started making dolls, I looked everywhere for someone to teach me how to make them, and they would have like blogs with pictures, and people really don't share their techniques on how to make dolls. And it was really hard, like, reading those pictures. So I'm just assuming that you are a person who is really interested in learning how to make a cloth doll, not to make a doll the way I'm making a doll, because there are no rules. And that's the first thing. You know what? I should emphasize that in every video. You can do what you want to do. There are no doll making gods, okay? Everybody have their own unique style, and I just want to share what I'm doing in hopes to inspire you to make the doll that is a reflection of who you are. So we all look to each other for inspiration. We learn from each other when we share, but at the end of the day, everybody's doll is going to look different. So I don't want to make a video that is fast and you're looking at it and you can't really figure out what I did. So for those of you who really want to, who are interested in making dolls and you want to see what I've done to help you create your doll, I am taking my time going through the videos so you can see exactly how it's done. As you can see in the video, I am stuffing my thighs, the doll's thighs and legs, with fiber fill, and I will say this in every video. I highly recommend Morning Glory or Mountain Mist fiber fill because it is very dense and you can get into the nooks and crannies. If you do not use Morning Glory or Mountain Mist, you won't be able to push the fiber fill into the points. Or maybe you can, I don't know. The other fiber is the spongy kind, or the poly. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't get into the points, and it doesn't give it that nice, firm feeling that I need for my dolls.
Lightning strikes by my window. Hits my chest right in the morning.
So now I am ladder stitching the openings of the doll's legs and thighs.
For days, I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe, but it's not real. We were close to see the sun, but clouds got in our way, and
As you can see in the video, I am using my needle to emphasize the little points on the top portion, the bottom portion of the doll's legs and thighs. So when you're sewing it, sometimes, you know, you might need to do that. You might need to use the needle to just keep those points there. I left a little gesso on the platform by mistake, and you see the little white spots on my doll. It almost killed me. They were dry, but I was able to get it off later. The beads were the inspiration for making this doll, and because I love the beads so much, I have been looking for like the perfect outfit for her. So I bought all this different fabric, and I decided that there's no way I'm going to put clothes on this doll and cover up her beads. So I am going to paint. I'm going to like put some type of, like, I don't want to say body paint for a cloth doll, but I am actually studying some easy designs, but I want something simplistic because I want the beads to be the highlights. And I think, guys, when you make your dolls, and you know, I'm asking a question. Do you make a doll and there's one feature about her that inspires that, and everything about her becomes about, maybe it was a color or maybe it was a hat, but you can have that one thing, and it just, every decision you make is based on that one feature that really made you happy. And for me, it was the beads. The beads will not be covered up, and therefore I need to think of what way can I put clothes on the doll, or, you know, make her look like she's wearing something, yet still highlight the bead. So I am studying right now how to paint her and what design do I want to cover up certain body parts. So stay tuned for that.
I apologize for everything.
Okay, viewers, I'm not really sure if that was very clear as to what I was really doing to get this leg to attach to the torso. So I just want to make sure that I have an opportunity to tell you. So what I'm doing is taking these little prongs or whatever they are, and what I'm really doing is I'm not attaching these to the bead. What I'm doing is I'm taking this part here, this here, and I am ladder stitching this to this area right here, and then I am ladder stitching this prong to this area right here. If that makes sense, like that. So it'll have a more, you know, if you want it to be able to move like this, so when she sits down, and I just really wanted that look of, you know, just the curve here. So you're ladder stitching the prongs to this part here, and to the inner part. Okay. I am attaching the bead to the bottom portion of the doll's thigh. So what I am doing is, first I'm taking the needle through the little prong. I don't know why I'm calling it like the little prong. And then I take it through the bead. Then I take it through the other prong, and I go back and forth until it feels secure. Usually it's about 2 or 3 times. And I am using upholstery thread. Upholstery thread works best for me for the type of fabric I use, because it's nylon, and it goes through, you know, it has a slippery type surface, and it's thin and strong at the same time. So once I secure the bead to the thigh, next I'm going to get the bottom portion of her leg, and I'm going to do the same procedure. sometimes it was very difficult getting the needle through those little beads, so I used some pliers to pull the needle through.
Never was the last word that I heard you say.
I am adding the lower portion of the doll's leg to her thigh, and what I'm doing is, again, I'm using the same procedure. I take the needle and it goes through the prong, then it goes through the bead and through the other prong and back and forth 2 or 3 times until it feels secure.
You call me your babe, now you're letting go. The way you're talking is driving me insane. Hello, can we sit and talk this through for once before you call off the show? Cause even if we're hanging by a thread, and the words you said is spinning in my head, I just wanna pull you closer in this bed, take me back into your arms, and I'll never let you down, Take me back into your arms, and I'll never let you down, Take me back into your arms, and I'll never let you down, Tell me, can we meet up at your place tonight, honey? I'm coming over, yeah, you know me. I would give up anything for you. You say it, you know I'll do it, yeah. I don't believe it, no. Just last week you called me your
We're coming to a close on part 5 on how to attach the thighs and legs to your cloth doll. I know there is a doll inside of you who is waiting to come to life, and only you can breathe life into her. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
in my head, I just